Hello, YouTube. This is Ryan, and I'm coming at you with another weekly update. I want to just talk about some minor updates I'm putting out for SDS-x and for ZOA. You can expect to see those in the App Store either tomorrow, which is Friday, November 12th, or early next week, just depending on how quickly Apple gets to the approval process for these. Usually it goes pretty quickly, though. But before I jump into what those updates are, I just want to say thank you so much, everyone who showed up for the ZOA launch. That was just, it blew my expectations away. And I got a lot of positivity, a lot of enthusiasm, and a lot of good feedback. So it's just really inspiring to me to see people already making music with ZOA. So just thank you. The Audio Bus Forum, people on there, were really positive and enthusiastic and helped me with bugs. And so thank you to those people. Thank you to Michael for creating that space. And also shout out to Jade Starr, who did a really well-explained live stream on ZOA and used it in some really interesting ways in their live stream. So I'm going to put a link to that. So thank you, Jade, for helping me get the word out about ZOA, and also AudioKit for giving me a boost on Twitter. And also Matthew Fetcher reached out to me to answer some questions about development and my thoughts on, apps in general. And so if you want to see that on the AudioKit blog, I'll put a link to that. Just answered some questions about what I've learned, what the challenges of development are, and some advice for other developers. So if you're interested in that, like I said, I have a link. So again, just thank you. It's really inspiring to me to see people using ZOA, and it really motivates me to keep making it better for people. And I've already got an update coming out. I'm going to talk about that. But first, I think I'll talk a little bit about what we're doing for SDS-x. So SDS-x is a joint project that I work on with a friend named Corey. And we talked about some of the feedback we got from our SDS-x launch, and I'll just show you a few of the things. The first thing that we added here is in the upper right-hand corner, we've got this sequencer lock button, which is like if you program a sequence, and you can still program a sequence with the sequencer being locked, but what you can do is change kits without the new kit sequence overwriting what you've programmed. So I think that'll help people out. We've also, in the settings, added this disable sequencer switch. And so if you're using Cubasis and you want to program SDS-x with a piano roll, you can just enable that and get SDS-x internal sequencer out of your way. I was also working with a user, Benjamin, who helped me kind of diagnose some MIDI feedback issues. And so we've added this little pass-through switch, which is disabled just to prevent MIDI feedback. But if you want the MIDI input to sort of flow through SDS-x, then you can enable that switch. A couple other small things, like in the sample manager, if you have long samples, you can actually tap a second time to stop the sample playback. It's useful for long samples. And a couple other small fixes. But that's what's coming in SDS-x 2.0.2, and you should see that, like I said, in the next few days, either tomorrow or early next week. And why don't we go back and look at what's coming in ZOA. ZOA 1.0.1 is mainly just some bug fixes for recalling presets. So some people on the Audio Bus forum let me know that when you have multiple instances of ZOA in a session, they wouldn't all restore properly. And I think I got that issue figured out. And I've talked with a few people who have let me know that, yeah, they tried it out and it's working well. One kind of bonus in this update is that the offset slider now goes to negative 24 semitones and positive 24 semitones. So that's just giving you a little bit more flexibility within the playheads. And that was an easy enough thing to add, so I just threw that in. And a couple other like small things related to preset saving. I tried to focus in on that on this update. And also a couple UI changes in the standalone version, just making the play button like a little bigger for people so it's not so hard to tap on. So yeah, that's what's coming in ZOA 1.0.1. If you're interested in following my progress as I continue to work on ZOA, continue to work on SDS-x and other new apps, make sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to do weekly updates just to let people know what I'm working on and kind of give people an insight into what it's like to be an independent developer. So thanks for watching, and make sure you're having fun making music, and I'll see you in the next video.